What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a great day today. My name is Steve. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to Irish slang and phrases. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into because I don't think I'll know many of the phrases on this list. You know, I'm sure I've heard of certain Irish phrases or slang before, but I've never really reacted to a video like this. I've never really learned Irish slang and phrases in video format. I'm sure from time to time in a movie or something like that, I've probably heard some Irish slang before, but I'm guessing I probably don't know much of what's on this list, and I really don't know of any Irish slang or phrases off the top of my head. So this should all be pretty new to me, and I think this is going to be very interesting. So let's just go ahead and dive in and learn some Irish slang and phrases.
Hi, welcome to my channel. I thought I'd go through some Irish slang with you guys. Some of these words and phrases might mean totally different things outside of Ireland, but they're all pretty commonly used in Ireland today. And some of them might be more popular in certain areas, but they're all pretty well known. So let's get started. The first one is crack. And
Crack.
This means fun or gossip or good times. So if you said to someone, "What's the crack?" You're asking them, what's going on with you? Is there any gossip? But you could also use it about someone. So you could say, was he any crack? No, he was no crack. That means he was boring. Or, oh yeah, he was great crack. You had a lot of fun with him. A common phrase with this is any crack. And that means, you know, if your friends are out at a party and you're kind of thinking of going out, but you want to know, is it any good? Are you having fun?
Okay, so is there anything fun going on is what this basically means?
Or, oh yeah, there's great crack come out. And I know any crack, if you use it in other places outside of Ireland, it's asking for something totally differently, but in Ireland it just means any fun. The next one.
Yeah, if I was to ask some person on the street or even a friend, any crack, they would definitely think I was looking for something that I definitely shouldn't be looking for. But I've actually heard Irish people use that term before. I didn't know what it meant. And when I've seen the word, I always thought it was pronounced crake or something like that. But so basically it means fun, gossip, good times. Okay. Didn't know that, but that would be interesting. I think I'm going to use that phrase or that word in the U.S. with family and friends and see if they understand what I'm saying. That one's an interesting one.
One is your man, and that basically means that guy, and it's usually used in the context when you don't know someone's name. So if there's a new person around, you'd kind of ask someone, who's your man? Who's that guy over there? Who's your man?
That makes sense.
If you're trying to describe someone, you know your man that comes in and he wears this or whatever. Yeah, I know my sister really struggled with this when she moved to the United States a few years ago, and she was saying your man, and a lot of people were so confused. They were like, my man? Whose man?
Right.
But yeah, it basically just means your man means that guy. The next,
I think that would be like, what's her name or what's her face? That's kind of weird, but that would be basically the same thing. Like, what's her name? You know, it'd just be like your man. Okay. That one's self-explanatory.
One is story, and that basically means what's up. So you could say, what's the story with your man over there?
Oh,
means,
okay.
What's going on with that guy over there?
That would make sense to me.
Or if you're greeting a friend, you'd say, what's the story? And that means anything going on, anything happening. And also people have shortened it to just story. And people can say, nah, no story. Or, oh yeah, I did this or whatever. So story basically means what's up. The next one is...
okay. So basically you're just trying, like if I go and say story, like, or ask it as a question, a one-word question, it basically would be asking, what did you do today? You know, how are you doing? Or something like that. Okay. That's actually a pretty simple way to kind of start a conversation with someone about their day.
Sound, and that means all right or
sound.
Cool. So if you're talking about someone and you say, oh, he's a sound guy, that means he's a cool guy. Or if you did something to someone but they were sound about it, means they were cool about it. Like they were all right about it.
I can picture that. I can picture that one.
The next one is grand, and that means fine. So if you ask someone, how are you? And they say grand, that means they're fine, they're good.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Weather is grand, that means it's fine, it's not raining, it's grand. The next one is stop.
I've never used grand in that way, but it totally makes sense. You know, it's like because grand is always known to be exceptionally great. That's what it would that's what it would basically be in the U.S. We said something's grand, it's exceptionally great. That's why $1,000 is known as a grand. So it's just a nice sum. It's just that makes sense. Stop the lights. Okay, stop the lights. What could this mean? Stop the light. I want to say it's like stop the press. Hold on. Hold up, hold up. I don't know. Let me see what this means.
Stop the lights, and it means don't be dramatic or I can't handle
No, that's not what I was thinking it would be.
Stop the lights. If someone is over dramatizing a story, you can say stop the lights. You were not nearly killed. You grazed your elbow. Or
that
stop
one
the lights.
I can't
I never
picture.
said that. Stop going on dramatizing something. And you can also use it as I know the other day one of my friends used it as someone sent a baby photo to our group and she said stop the lights. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So stop the lights can also mean this is too much for me. I can't handle this. The next one is leave it out, and that just means stop. So like stop the lights would be kind of a more stop the lights. Leave it out is a little bit more serious, like if two people are fighting, you'd say leave it out, stop fighting, sort out your issues, stop in a more strong or aggressive way.
I can picture that. That makes sense to me.
If you're not happy with something,
that would make sense to me.
Leave it out. Next one is cop on, and that means
cop on. Some of these I like to stop for a second and just like think, can I figure this out? Cop on. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Like that, cop on. For some reason, I feel like I've heard an Irish person use that before, but I don't know what they were talking about.
Means stop acting stupid. So a common phrase would be, would you ever cop on to yourself? And that
would you ever cop on to yourself?
Would you ever stop acting stupid and start being yourself again? You could also just say to someone, cop on, and that just means basically what you said is just stupid. Cop on. Cop on to life is another one, and that basically means get your senses and start living your normal life because you're acting stupid. The next one is Egypt.
That one is I can't, that one's hard for me to understand. But Egypt. Okay, this one, no, I have no idea.
And it means idiot. So you could say, he's an awful idiot means he's an awful idiot. Or
he's an awful Egypt.
That. I was being an Egypt means
I've got to take that one and start using it.
So basically it's just word for word Egypt for idiot. And if someone said feckin' Egypt, it means real, like serious idiot.
Dude, I love that one. I love this one. Oh man, this is my favorite so far. Feckin' Egypt, man. Feckin' Egypt. I love that. I am going to use that. I think people would probably pretty much understand what I meant by feckin', but Egypt, they wouldn't. And like that's such a like clever way, at least in the US. In Ireland, I guess everybody knows what that means. But in the US, I'm guessing very, very few people would know what that means. It's like almost a code, or almost like a hidden way to call someone an idiot. That's funny. I just like the way that sounds. Feckin' Egypt, man. Feckin' Egypt. What a feckin' Egypt, man. Like, dude, I like that. That's really that's a clever way to call someone an idiot.
It means real, like serious idiot. So I'll move on to feck. So feck is the PC word of the F word. So I wouldn't use the F word in front of my parents, but I'd use feck because feck is kind of, it's not really a swear word. Or if it is, it'd be a very
mild,
small, like not important swear word. Right. And when you put feck in front of something, it basically exaggerates the word that comes after it. So if you say he was a feckin' Egypt, he wasn't just an idiot, he was a serious idiot. Right. You could say, would you ever feck off? And it's not as bad as F off. Like if you say F off to someone, you're being aggressive, but would you ever feck off is kind of more lighthearted and not as offensive as F off. Can also mean like throw. So, he was too drunk, so we got fecked out of the club. Or the guards were coming, so she threw the Guards, sorry, guards are police. They're the Irish police. That's police in Ireland is guards. The guards were coming, so she fecked the bag of cans over the wall. Means she threw the bag of cans over the wall.
Wait, the police in Ireland are the guards? So do you guys like, when you see a police officer, you would always call them a guard? Or like, am I misunderstanding that? I mean, you generally always call police the guard, or maybe I'm misunderstanding what she's saying there. Please let me know in the comments, guys. Do you guys call your police officers or something like that? Or do you generally use the term a guard of some sort? Right? Like, I'm not sure if I'm understanding what she's saying here about the guard with the police or whatnot.
So feck can mean those things. The next one is gargle, and that means drink.
I was trying to guess it. Gargle. I would never guess it was alcoholic drink. Okay. Yeah, I would never guess that.
Like an alcoholic drink. So I think outside of Ireland, gargle would mean, you gargle with mouthwash.
That's what I was thinking. But you're gargling salt water or something.
It would usually mean drink. So if you're asking your friends if you want to go out for some drinks, you could just say a few gargles. And that basically means you want to go out for some drinks. I wouldn't use that phrase. That's
an interesting way to put that.
It's not really that common where I am in Ireland, but my husband is from Dublin and he'd use that all the time. He'd just say to his friends a few gargles. So it's very common, I guess, in Dublin. And gargled can also mean drunk. So if you say, oh, he was gargled last night, it means he was drunk last night.
Okay.
Next one is bleeding. And this also...
Bleeding. Is this a way to say, okay, I'm probably wrong on this, but, well, I guess she's going to answer it. So, but I, for some reason, this feels like it's like a way to use like the same way you'd use feckin', he's bleeding. He's a bleeding idiot or something like that, or a bleeding Egypt. But I'm probably not.
Also exaggerates the word that follows it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at.
Feckin', except, as I said, there might be a little bit of a swear word with feckin', whereas bleeding is not a swear word at all.
Right, but you're exaggerating the next word.
So if you said someone was bleeding gargled,
they
weren't just
really drunk.
They were bleeding gargled.
Okay.
They were hammered. Or if you're talking to someone and you're serious and you want them to know you're serious, you can say, I'm bleeding serious.
I'm bleeding serious.
I'm not just serious. I'm
really serious.
So bleeding kind of, it exaggerates the word that follows.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense.
The next word is Jesus, and it means
Jesus. Actually, I feel like I've heard Irish people say this, and I feel like it's like it's like, man, I'll put this, Jesus, like it's something big, like, oh my goodness, I don't know. Let's see what she says.
Means Jesus.
Oh,
so
I mean, it makes sense, right?
You wouldn't use it as like if you're talking about baby Jesus or God and Jesus. That's always Jesus.
It's a way to
use Jesus.
Use the word in
kind of
a sentence.
Slang. When Jesus is used as a slang word in Ireland, it's Jesus. So Jesus, I was gargled last night.
That's kind of what I was trying to get at.
Are you serious? Did he say that? So Jesus.
Yeah.
Just Jesus. Next up is dope, which means dopey or acting stupid.
An idiot.
So someone can either be
that
a
one
dope
I understand.
or act like a dope.
I've heard that one. I think we've used that.
He's a dope.
Time.
Don't listen to him. Don't ever pay attention to what he says because he's just a dope. Or you could say, oh, she was acting like such a dope last night. So dope is kind of an insult to someone. So you don't want to be called a dope because that means you're basically stupid. The next one is out of his head. And that usually...
Okay. Like, I can picture this as someone's out of their head, drunk. Well, let's see what she says.
Means drunk or drugged up in a bad way.
That's what I was thinking.
So if you get so drunk that you're out of your head, that means that you're not acting like yourself and you've lost your senses. So you could say, she's out of her head, don't listen to her because that's not her. Or you could say, the next morning after a crazy night, you could say, oh, I was out of my head last night. How did we get home? Next up is locked, and that means drunk.
I was trying to guess it. Drunk. Interesting.
Drunk. I'm realizing as I'm saying these, I'm realizing
last night I got really
very
locked.
Related to alcohol and drinking, but I think that's just the Irish nature. That's just our culture. A lot of drink happens. So locked means drunk. The next one is acting the maggot, and it means acting childish or messing around, and not.
I would have guessed that one
in a bad way. So if someone is acting the maggot, you're annoying people. So you say, why was he thrown out of the bar? Oh, he was acting the maggot. Or you could say to someone, stop acting the maggot. You're really annoying people here. Yeah, you don't want to be acting the maggot. That's not cool. The next one is fair play, and that means well done. So you'd say to someone, wow, you made that. Fair play. That's really good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, the team won the match. Fair play. That was a good game. So fair play means well done. The next one is gas, and that
gas. Does this mean you're tired?
That means hilarious. So if you said he's a gas man, that means he's a hilarious man. And I think gas man means something different in other places. You know, the guy who comes checks the gas boiler or whatever. And that's not how it's used in Ireland. The gas man is a funny man. And if you say about someone that he's bleeding gas, that basically means he is the funniest guy you know. The next one is jacks, and it means toilet. So if someone says, where's the jacks? They're asking, where's the toilet? Next up is thick, and it means stupid. So a common phrase is, he's as thick as a plank, and that means he's really stupid. He's as thick as a plank, man. Thick? It says no parking. Why are you leaving your car here? Next up is
that was funny. Gaff. An accident, mistake, right?
And it means house. So
what? Okay. We use the term gaff. Or am I thinking gaffed? No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like gaff is used as mistake or an accident here. I'll have to look that up because anyway, it doesn't matter. But house, I would have never guessed that.
Do you want to come over to gaff means, do you want to come over to my house? Usually if someone says free gaff, that means party in mine. Yeah, gaff, house. Next up is kip, and it can either mean nap or a dirty place.
That's
so if you said, I'm
completely
going for a kip,
different.
That means I'm going
That's
for a
kind of
nap.
Interesting.
If you said his gaff is a kip, you're saying his house is a dirty place. So it can either mean one of those two things. Kip. The next one is wrecked, and similar to kip, it can mean one of two things.
You're drunk.
So it can either mean tired or exhausted, or it can mean messed up. So you could say, I'm wrecked, I need a kip. That means I'm exhausted, I need a nap. Or you could say his gaff was wrecked, and that means
his house was wrecked.
His house was messed up. And a person can also be, like you could say someone is wrecking your head, and that means they are annoying you. Or you could call someone a wreck the head. Don't invite that person out. He's a wreck the head. He always ruins the night. So
I like that.
Yeah, all those things wrecked. The next one is slagging.
Slagging. Doesn't that mean like you're going out for a one-night stand or something? Or I don't know.
And it is basically a form of good-natured abuse or teasing someone or insulting
that's not
them,
what that is.
But not in a nasty way, like in a fun way because you're friends. So basically in Ireland, it's so funny, my friends and I were talking about this the other day, like if someone starts slagging you, that means you've crossed into a real friendship. That's like your friend, because you wouldn't slag someone that you're not friends with or that you don't know that well.
Right, that makes sense.
Would be just an insult.
Slagging.
But it's usually only good-natured if it's to your face. So slagging someone to their face is a good thing. Slagging someone behind their back is a bad thing. The next one is in bits.
In bits. Why do I feel like this has something to do with like being funny or something? And
it basically means not together.
Oh.
So if you're hungover,
again,
you
I'm
say,
wrong.
My head is in bits. And that means my head's all over the place. It could also mean if you're talking about someone and you say, oh, they were in bits, that means they were really upset about something, very emotional about something, usually crying. You can also use it as a place, like, oh, my gaff is in bits today, means my house is all over the place today, I need to tidy it up. So,
I mean, that makes sense now that I know what it is.
Next one is sure look. And it's basically a way of responding without actually responding. So I feel like in the past maybe it started with sure look and then some kind of phrase or proverb to make someone feel better, but nowadays you just say sure look, and hopefully it just means like the conversation is dropped. So if someone's going on about something and you're kind of finished hearing about it, you just say sure look, and hopefully they get the message. That's it, that's the end of the conversation. You know, it can mean it is what it is, sure look. The next one is I will, yeah, and that means I won't, not ever.
What?
So
wait. I will, yeah, means you won't, not ever. All right, that was that's the exact opposite of what it would mean here in the U.S. If I say I will, yeah, it means I'm definitely doing whatever I'm saying I will to. I won't, not ever. Okay, that one I don't get at all, but okay.
Everyone in Ireland knows, I don't know where this even came from, but everyone knows if someone says, I will ya, that means absolutely not. If you said to someone, you give me a lift to the airport in the morning, if they say, I will ya, that means no. You know, will you make me a cup of tea? I will ya means no. That can confuse a lot of people outside of Ireland.
Yeah.
But, the Irish people know, I will ya.
That would be very confusing.
No, not ever. No. I will ya. The next one is...
So if I ask someone for a favor in Ireland and they say, I will, yeah, that literally means they are not going to do me that favor. That's all right. Well, that's a good one to know, because it would definitely be disappointing when I think I'm getting someone to help me with something and then they never show up after I think they said they will. So that would be very disappointing, but okay, good to know.
Is giving out, and that basically means
tired,
complaining or lecturing someone. So you could be giving out about how late the bus is. Your boss could give out to you for messing up a report. So giving out, yeah, means lecturing or complaining. And then the next one is eat the head off or ate the head off.
Ate the head off?
One step above giving out. So if someone ate the head off someone, it basically means they humiliated them, yelled at them, screamed at them. So you don't want anyone to eat the head off you. That would be a very bad thing.
Right.
The next one is donkey's years, and it means a long time. So you could say, I haven't seen this person in donkey's years, but it's only for the past tense. You can't say, oh, I don't plan on going out in donkey's years. It's only for the past. The next one is class, and that means good. So, oh, that show was class. Means,
oh, okay, yeah.
That was a really good show. I think this might come from classic, like,
I can see that one for some reason.
That's a class moment, because it would make sense. I don't know if it does, but it would make sense if it did come from there, because that's kind of like classic class. They kind of mean the same thing. The next one is up to 90, and that means really busy or chaotic. If you said I've been up to 90 all day, that means I haven't sat down, I've been so busy. And it can also mean if you said the crack was 90, that means that was the best fun, good time, was amazing. It was up here. So,
up to 90. I kind of think I get where that's coming from.
The crack is 90. So that's it. They are my top Irish slang words. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please.
All right, guys, that was really, really interesting. And I went into this thinking that I wouldn't know hardly any of these. And I think that's pretty accurate. I didn't know most of these. I could figure out a few of these. I've heard a few of these, like crack, although for some reason I thought it was crake, but I know I've heard Irish people say that. And there's a few others on here that I've heard Irish people say, never really knew what they meant, except Jesus. I know that kind of. I kind of knew what it was used for. Like I've heard people like, it seems like when I've heard of, I don't know if I've seen people, Irish people on movies or something at a bar, and they're saying something, Jesus, you know, so I could picture what that meant, and a few others, but I liked a lot of these. A lot of these are very creative, very unique. I'm going to use a couple of these. My favorite is definitely, I don't even remember where it was, but feckin' Egypt. Feckin' Egypt. I love that one. That one is awesome. Definitely going to be using that one. But I'm curious. So obviously she said at the beginning of this video, these are, you know, some of these are going to be more popular in certain areas than others. So I'm curious, like, were most of these still relevant today, or any of these outdated? And like are most of these used throughout Ireland and Northern Ireland, or are these mostly in specific areas? Like, I know she mentioned her, I think she said her husband was from Dublin, and he used, I can't remember which one it was, but that she wouldn't use it. So I'm just really curious about, like, you know, what amount, you know, how many of these are very popular no matter where you're at in Ireland, versus like what ones would be very unique to certain cities or something like that. But anyways, guys, I thought this was really fun, and I'm really I'm really interested in learning some more of your slang going forward. So if you have any videos that you'd like to recommend, not just about slang, it could be about slang or other topics, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Always looking for recommendations of really cool things to check out, no matter what the topic is. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.